Hello everybody, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back with an interesting video for you. Today I have a new product, came in the mail today from a company called LighTake. Now I know you might not hear that correctly, it's LighTake, almost like the word light and the word take, but they share the T. So please check the description box down below on this video. I'll put links to their website where you can purchase this product. They reached out to me and they asked me if I would do a product review on their product, and I said yes. So they sent me one. Now, before I get started, I want you to know the same thing I told them, and that is that I am not going to give any kind of unbiased review. If there's anything wrong with this product or anything good with this product, those are the things I'm going to talk about. Now, just for you guys, the viewers out there, I want you to completely understand the price point on this product is under $12 at the time that I got it. Okay, so let's open it up and let's take a look. So first thing, I have a red container with something. I'll set that aside for right now. Here's some of the packing. I already got excited and opened this earlier. I wanted to see what it was. And inside here, I have another piece. I'll set that aside. We'll talk about all that stuff here in a minute. And I have one more item in this pouch. Set that there. So there's nothing left in the packaging. So the first thing I want to talk about is this pouch. What's inside this pouch? Okay, this pouch has a heat reflector, a wind shield, because this red container next to us is a stove. So I'm going to open this up. The pouch is a very good quality little pouch. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with the pouch. The stitching could probably be a little stronger, honestly. That's the first thing I notice. The stitching has wide gaps between each stitch, and so instead of having tight stitching that's very close, the stitching is kind of far. But it's a pouch. Will it hold up? Most likely yes, probably will. So this piece here, what is this? Let's take a look. This is cool. This is really nice. So this is a wind shield, a wind block that you can put around your stove. Okay, so your stove will sit inside here and it'll dictate the heat coming up into your cooking assembly. Now, you can see that there's these guys right here. There's two of them, see that? So what these guys do is you pull one out, then you stick these pieces together right here, and I'm sure that a young child could do this. It's not that difficult. So you're basically sticking this in. That's what holds this together like a chain, and they give you an extra one, you see? So you have two. I really like that. That's cool, because if one of these falls out or something, then you can stick it in there. Now, if you lose these or you lose some of these, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to find something that'll stick in there. Now, will they fall out? I don't know. I don't think so, because they're hinged, and I think there's enough pressure to keep that thing up. Now, you look at the bottom of it, and you can see here very clearly that there's these gaps right here where my pinky is. You see that? That's because if you were to sit this down on the ground, those gaps will allow airflow to come underneath and give oxygen to your stove, which is cool, because if you flip it upside down like this, I don't think you're going to get the amount of oxygen that you would need, because it'll seal that off. It'll still work. I think that's pretty cool though. So I like this. I like it. I think it's good quality. The material that they're using, this is like stamped aluminum, and these are stainless steel pins. So it's kind of like a stamped aluminum material with stainless steel pins. So this, for me, gets a thumbs up. I think this is a good stove windscreen. I think this is nice. So I'm going to put these pins back in, just like this. Now if you're one of these people that is very rough and, you know, hard on your gear, you'll tear this up. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not saying their product is not good, but I'm saying if you're one of those people that's going to be rough on it and think that it's going to hold up, you might be mistaken. This is something that you're going to have to take with care. I'm not saying their product's no good. I'm saying it is what it is. It's a heat shield made out of aluminum with pins. You can tear it up, is what I mean. Now the bag, I think the bag needs to be a little bit better. That's just being honest. But again, the bag's just there to hold the material. I like the drawstring there. That's cool. So I like that. So let's move forward to this product. This is going to be the stove itself. So first thing I notice is a very nice thin plastic protective case. Now on this case, I don't care how thin it is. It's flexible, it's light, it's got a hole in the bottom to let moisture out in case you get moisture in it. But the bad part about that is if you drop this in the water, moisture is going to come in. So I personally might consider sealing that. I don't know, because I would think that this would be tight enough. Maybe put a little layer of duct tape around the seal here, duct tape that shut. Then if it falls in the water, I don't think you're going to get wet. I think your stove would stay dry in there. I like the container. It's thin, it's cheesy, but it's a container to hold your stove. I like it. Thumbs up on that. Let's take a look at the stove. So this stove is going to run off of a Lindell style fueled cylinder. So it's propane butane mix. Again, this is the Lindell valve setup. I like the way this stuff looks. This is a nice beefy valve. Looks like it's going to have some control. I don't know, we'll fire it up here in a minute. You have a stainless steel braided cable, and it's long. It's over 1 foot long, at least it looks that way. Nice anodized aluminum, if that's what I'm thinking. And there's the stove. It looks like it's a lot of stainless type stamped steel. Looks like a decent little stove, really does. So these legs just pop into place. They're very positive. They click right into place. I like this stove so far. Nice heavy duty ceramic piezo igniter. And the little legs fold out like this. That is a nice looking little stove. Piezo igniter. Yeah, we're going to have to fire that up. Looks like these two screws here appear to be stainless steel screws. So moisture and things like that should not hurt this stove. I like it so far. We'll fire it up and we'll take a look and see how it does a little bit later. So let me fold it back down. Things are a little bit tight, and that's probably because it's new. The pot supports are fairly aggressive. I like that. They're going to hang on to a pot. I think they hit it with this stove. I mean, let's not forget the price point that they're aiming at. Under 12 bucks is what it's advertised at the time of me shooting this video. Don't quote me on that price though. Make sure you check their website yourself in the description box down below, because they might update their pricing. I don't know. And I don't want you calling them saying, well, Jiu-Jitsu 2000 said it was $12. I'm not saying it's $12. I'm saying it's $12 right now. $11 and some change. So far, I really like this stove. I think it's going to perform well. I honestly do. Let's see how easy it fits in this little container. How much do we have to do to get it to fit in there? Container has plenty of room. So I really dig the stove. I think it's good. We'll check it out with the fuel canister again though, like I keep saying. I like the stove. The third thing in the package is this, a cook set. Cooking set out of doors, it says. DS200. I have no idea what's in here. It says cooking set, frying pan, 158 by 37 millimeters. let's take a look. I'm pretty excited. It's like Christmas today. So let's open it up. Okay, there's nothing else in the box. Okay, first thing, wow. Comes in a nice little stuff sack. Very cheesy string, but you know what? I think it's gonna work just fine. Let's open this stuff sack up. So everything fits in the stuff sack. Set that aside. Let's take a closer look at the sack. I really like this pouch. Very good quality. Yes, it appears to be good stitching. It appears to be this. I like this pouch. So in a survival situation, if you have a pouch like this, you see, you could almost improvise this as a fishing net to catch food, and then you're going to cook the food in your stove, right? I like this net a lot. The drawstring, honestly, I'll probably rip that drawstring out and put paracord on it, but that's just me. I'm a little bit overboard. But the string that comes with it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the string. I'm just very anal about string and stuff like that. I like this pouch. Hands down, no problem with it. So, something fell. This guy. This looks like a bamboo spatula. And it is. Wow, I like that. Needs to be washed, but wow, that is nice. I really like that. That's cool. Most pot companies do not include a spatula with the pots. I think that's cool. What else do we have inside? We have this, which appears to be some sort of frying pan. Wow. First thing I'm gonna say, couple things. I like the pan. Very built nice. It's got very solid rivets inside. The rivets are solid on the outside. Plastic things over a fire are gonna burn off. Okay, so as long as we know that, no problem. Those are there to help reduce the heat when you grab it. That's for idiots that don't know how to put a bandana around these metal handles and grab their pan. So this is nice. It feels like it's coated with some kind of non-stick. I don't know what it is, but this is an aluminum pan. I like it. This is a nice little pan. Small pan. I don't know how much it would hold, but I like it. That's nice. This is heavy, so there must be a few things in here. So here, there's a loofah. That's a good idea. They include this with your pan to clean your pan. So not only, I like this. Not only did they include a nice little spatula made out of bamboo, which is good wood, but they also give you a loofah that goes with your pan, always there, so you don't have to worry about finding something to clean your pans. I think that's cool. I have no idea what this is. Polypropylene, it says. Some kind of container for something, maybe for scooping rice or something. Pretty cool. And 2 little bowls. I'm guessing these are about 4-ounce bowls or something. Maybe 6 ounces. I don't know. They might be. They're pretty decent sized little bowls. And it says polypropylene. They're good quality. These bowls they're solid. Polypropylene. I don't know what this is. Some kind of ladle or some kind of rice scooper or something. I'm guessing it's something to scoop the food out of the pan and then dish it into the bowls, whether it's soup or whatever. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. The biggest thing for me though is the loofah and the spatula. I think that's cool because most manufacturers don't include that kind of simple stuff. So what do we have next? We have another pan. Wow, this is these are nice pans, folks. These are aluminum pans, and they have very, very nice solid rivets, and that's something I always look for. Solid rivets, no problems. Again, these black things here are going to burn off in the fire. So if you're cooking this over a fire, you're going to get black soot all over your pan, and you're going to burn these handles off. Now, that's probably not what they're designed for. They're designed to be used with a stove. So in that aspect, in that relation, these pans are going to work just fine. And there's one more thing, and that is a nice little lid. It's got a riveted handle. Okay. Now this plastic is all, from my understanding, this is all heat resistant plastic, but it's not going to stand up to a fire, I don't think. This is a nice little cook pot. I like it. I like it a lot. So far, I think this is a great little kit. So you get a frying pan, you get a cook pot, and you know what, honestly, the amount of ounces that would fit in here, there's no graduation, there's no stamps or no measurements inside, so I have no idea how much I could fill in here, but we're going to find out here very quickly. Okay, right now I'm going to try to find out the capacity of this pan. This is the fry pan. I have 32 ounces of water right here. So I'm just going to pour some water in there, and we're going to find out how much water this thing holds. I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top or anything like that. So I'm about 24. So that's pretty cool. Now while we're sitting there waiting on that, I'd like to fire up this stove. So I brought out a thing of fuel. I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to break out the stove. And I want to see this thing fire up and see what it does. I really like this stove. I think this is a great little stove for the money. I really do. I think it's a big bang for the buck. So these legs just pop right out into place. These fold out just like this. So I'm going to make sure that this valve is closed, which is clockwise. I'm going to thread it on here. Just like that. And then I'll open this valve just a little bit, and I'll get ready to pop this piezo igniter. Fired right up. You can see that I have flames. Very powerful little stove, very quiet. The flame control is beautiful. I like it. I think it's a great little stove. Nice setup. Go ahead and set this on here. Not that we would use a frying pan for boiling water, but if we needed to, we could. That water's almost boiling, and I don't even have the stove on high. Stove's on low like right now. It's not even, I haven't even turned it up yet. Let's turn it up now and see. We'll just kind of fold that heat shield in. I really like that heat shield. It's quite effective. Look at that, water's already boiling. Boy, you can feel the heat on the top of this thing. Man, you can feel the heat. Look at that water just boiling away. So now that I'm in a rolling boil, I'm going to reduce my heat down. Look at that. That's just boiling away. So there's your water purification right there. Or if you're eating freeze-dried foods, there's your water ready to go. Boy, that's a great little stove, it really is. I mean, I've turned it down, way down. Now I've got this flame down about as low as it can go, and it's still boiling that water, no problem. Let's turn the stove off, we'll let it cool down. I like that, it's a nice stove. Open that up to get some airflow in there. Use a stick. And that's one of the nice things about this being aluminum, is it'll cool quickly. A lot of people might have said, well, they should have used steel or something like that, it would have been better. Yeah, but it would have taken it 10 minutes to cool down. This thing's almost manageable to the touch. Now obviously, if I have this laying here on the ground like this and I step on it or I walk on it, I'm going to bend it. I mean, let's not forget that it is aluminum, so we have to take care of it. I'm not knocking the product. I'm just saying people need to have some common sense. So right now I have, what, 24 ounces of water left? So that's 24 ounces right there. So I'm guessing that this is a 32 ounce pot, which is 1 liter. And if it is, that's very smart of them. Fires right up. That stove just fires right up. So we'll set the pot there. This time we're going to put the shroud around like this. Same idea. But we're going to put the shroud on. Or excuse me, the lid on. Now we'll just boil that. Let's see how long that takes. See if I can find my phone, I'll put a time lapse up. Counter. If I can get to it quick enough. Okay, let's get ready to start here. So we're counting up. And I know I started it a little bit late. Set that timer right over there against that water bottle. I'm going to turn this heat up a little bit. Every once in a while I'll pull the lid to see where we're at. Picture the whole setup that we got going on. That heat reflector windscreen sure does a good job. I like it. We're starting to show small signs of boiling. I'm going to move this camera a little bit closer for you guys. We're a minute and a half in right now. Minutes. Let's take a look. We're getting close. I hear the stove, it keeps surging. Like it's getting too hot under there or something. Or the air mixture ain't enough or something. 2.5 minutes, and just to let you know, this handle is cool to the touch completely. Stove's doing some funny stuff. I might have it too hot. Opened up too much or something. There's our rolling boil, and we're just at the 3-minute mark. Again, I started it late, so I mean we are at a good rolling boil. If we were cooking, that food would be done. Turn the fuel down. Let me take this shroud off and see if that's what's maybe causing that stove to make those sounds. So yeah, that's a good rolling boil. How are these pot handles? They're still hot to the touch. Even though they're coated, they're still hot. My personal opinion, if I was going to use this set, I'd get a hold of a bandana or some kind of material or something. Like the stuff sack, I think would probably work. Just to give you an added little bit of comfort. Comes right back up to a boil. So I like it. Looks like it does good. Okay, while we had this water boiling, I'm going to add this other water. The two of these waters combined is 32 ounces. So there you have it. All the water's in there. That is a 32 ounce pot. That pot is 1 liter. That water that I put in there was already hot, and the water that was in the pot was already hot, so it shouldn't take long for it to boil. Now I want to find out how much those little bowls hold. These little guys, these bowls, how much fluid do they hold? So I'm just going to fill one of these guys up. Ooh, that water's hot. Got hot water on my hand. Okay, there's one of them full. What we're going to do is we're going to pour that water right into this container, and it'll give us an idea of how much water those bowls hold. Looks like they are about 8 ounces. We took this piezo igniter, it melted. So that's just something that I would recommend being concerned about. If your piezo igniter breaks, no problem. Find an old crappy lighter. There's your new piezo. So as I'm putting the stove in this container, there's plenty of room to put an old dead lighter in there, so if you need a backup to light the stove, it fits in there, no problem. So in the end, when it's all packed up, this is what you're dealing with. You have the stove, you have your fuel, you have your pots, and the windscreen is also inside there. So you got your pots, your windscreen, your bowls, your ladle, your fuel, and your stove. And this all fits in a small package in the back of your car. I think it'd be great. Thanks, guys. Well, folks, here's my final thoughts. For the price point that they're reaching, I think it's a fabulous kit. Thumbs up, twice, double thumbs up. I think it's a great product. I think it's going to work fabulously for anybody that needs it. And I'm not saying this just because they sent it to me. This is my honest, unbiased review of the product. Anything that I noticed, I told you in the video what I thought. I think it's a great kit. I really do. Please, again, feel free to check the description box down below. There will be links to LighTake down there. You can go check them out. I like the product. I really do. The pans are nice. The stove is nice. Now, the stove did do some weird kind of stuff there towards the end, but in the end, it still boiled the water. If you're going to be purchasing a stove and you're going to be going on some kind of extreme, you know, kind of trip or something like that, I would recommend investing the extra money and getting a very nice, reputable stove. That's only because this one seemed to have a few little bit of issues, and it's beautiful weather out. So if you were in a heavy blizzard or something major, I just don't know how that stove would perform. I haven't tested it under those conditions. It'd probably do just fine. You know, you could probably put the fuel canisters upside down and see if the stove would burn in liquid fuel mode. I don't know. Those are tests that I can do at a future date. But as for right now, for this kit, for what you see, double thumbs up. Very good kit. I mean, the bag is nice. Everything, the rivets on the pans are nice. 1 liter pot. You know, it's just with a lid. The lid handle never got hot. The stove performed well. Very easy to turn on. The piezo igniter worked great. Just a great stove. I love the red container that the stove fits in. It's cheesy. It's cheap plastic, but it works. I mean, you don't need plastic that thick to hold a stove. It does what it's supposed to do. The stuff sack's nice. There's not really much more I can say. I think it's a great product. I really do. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some good, useful information out of this video. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video. Share this video. And if you like the content that you see on my channel, please subscribe. And thanks for having me. And I also want to give a shout out to LighTake. I want to say thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to review your product. I really like it. I think it's going to serve me well. Thank you. We'll talk at you later, guys. Bye-bye.